right now where you got to protect your peace. You got to know who's who, and it's very important because a lot of people are very shady, and I'm not saying you can't trust everybody. You just got to move more strategic. There's certain people you're supposed to trust. In this day and time, a lot of times people make you feel like you got to be paranoid and walk around looking around, worrying about everybody. But that's not the case. There's certain people that really got your back. But then there's certain people that don't. You just got to really love yourself and not wait for others to do that for you. You know? 'Cause a lot of people, when you really need them, it's like they're never really there. I think that happens for a reason. I don't know if it's to, I guess, make you have more faith in God. Because a lot of times we put our trust in people to be there and to show us love. And then when they don't do it, we get upset. I think we get upset because we depend on them so much so that we're not really dependent on God. So I think what God does is when this happens, he make everybody not show you love so that you can seek him. Because remember, he's a jealous God. So it's like, if I'm putting all my trust in people, it could affect me to the point where I'm not dependent on the Most High. This is why you got to love yourself. You got to treat yourself right, because a lot of people, they're not going to always treat you right, you know? And shout out to everybody in the live, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Hope you're having a blessed day. This is the season of the year where a lot of people be alone, by themselves, stressed. It shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that you're stressed or depressed during this time. I don't celebrate none of these holidays, but at the same time, I don't know how a lot of you move. But you want to make sure that you're at peace and that you're taking care of yourself mentally. You know? You got to make sure that you're taking care of yourself mentally and not dependent on everybody in your family to be there to show you love. You know what I mean? You got to love yourself. You got to make sure that you're taking care of yourself, because that's what's going to help you to get through. I'm not saying you can't depend on certain people, but don't get to the point where you're like emotionally dependent upon people to always be there. Because there's going to be times when they're not going to be there. How are you going to be able to deal with it? How are you going to be able to cope with the issues that you face? You know, the challenges that you deal with. This is why it's always good to have a plan B and C, so that when things go a certain way, you're able to get through. Because a lot of times when you're alone or you're on that road, it feels like, man, nobody really there for me. And it's not that nobody's there. People got their own issues. A lot of people got their own problems. You know, sometimes we got our problems. We think everybody's supposed to be there for when we're going through. But always remember, other people got their problems too. You know what I'm saying? So, and sometimes you got people that got their own problems and they help other people get through their problems, and then they don't got nobody to help them. So it's like, damn, when am I gonna get my help? When people gonna come through for me? So it's like everybody going through something. This is why you gotta love yourself. You gotta treat yourself right. Don't put yourself in a situation that's gonna cause you more pain. Don't put yourself in a relationship that's gonna cause you more hurt. Don't put yourself in a financial bind that's gonna have you trapped to the point where you're gonna feel stuck in life. You know, make better decisions. You know, don't make excuses for where you at. Make better decisions that's going to help you long term. You know, it's like the older I get, the more I realize how short life is, and I realize what's really important. A lot of the stuff that might be fun and important to a lot of you folks out there, I don't care about this type of stuff, man. Like, really, what's important is your family, taking care of your health, making sure that you're good, the basic things of life. And ever since leaving New York and being out of North Carolina, I see how certain people move. It's a different vibe. It's a different way. People not concerned about all that other stuff. A lot of times when I'm out here, I hear people say, oh, North Carolina is boring. And I'm like, boring? What's so boring? And it's because they want to be out in the party cities. They want to be out there having fun. They want to do this. And I'm telling them, I'm like, look, you ain't missing nothing. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be around that environment. That fast life, that fast-paced life will stress you out. For me, being out here, I'm more relaxed. I'm more at peace. I can breathe better. I can think. It makes me focus on family and what's important, better decisions, focusing on building. But you got to love yourself in order to do that. Sometimes you got to love yourself enough to move. Sometimes you got to love yourself enough to leave a relationship that is not going nowhere. Sometimes you got to love yourself enough to let certain friends go because they've been holding you back. We're going into a new year and you got to love yourself enough to let those people go because they're the ones that's causing you problems, man. You know, you really got to make those decisions. That's why I just wanted to come on, make this quick live in hopes to inspire you to love yourself. You know, love yourself, not to put yourself in harm's way in terms of going places that you know you don't supposed to be at. You know you don't supposed to be at that place, but you go in there anyway. Don't do that. You know, love yourself enough not to drive when you know it's dangerous. Out in North Carolina, it's totally different from New York when you driving because basically, let's say it's snow and the road is slick, got some frost. They shut down everything. They shut down the schools. They shut down everything out here because the roads are slick. It's dangerous. Some of these sharp turns in these certain communities, fam, you'll go right off the edge. Your car will slide right off. So it's best to stay home and not drive. But if you don't love yourself, you'll go out there with your car and drive and put your life at risk and crash. And then now your family's suffering because you're not here. So you got to move on from situation that you know is toxic, situations that is not really benefiting you, not in a selfish way, but in terms of making your life better. You know what I mean? There's certain things you got to walk away from. Certain people you got to leave alone. Everybody can't go where you're going. Everybody is not even meant to be in your life. Some people are just there to stop by and leave. You know, when you see things not going a certain way, you got to love yourself enough to say, okay, this is a problem. This is not right. This is toxic. It's time for me to leave. I can't stay here in the same situation because it's not helping me, you know? And a lot of times people, they'll stay in situations that they know is bad and it's getting worse. And then they complain on, you know, why this person is doing this, why this person acting, because that person don't love you. You know what I mean? So, hey, I'm going to get up on out of here, fam. I'm at McDonald's right now. They coming back to the car. My daughter coming back in here, as you can see right there. Now she got her crazy music. I don't want no copyright. I'm live right now, so turn down that music.
Okay.
I don't want to hear that trap music and that drill music.
My fault. Sorry, it just connects to the car like that.
Yeah. So I'm going to sign off, guys. Y'all take care. Remember, you have to love yourself. They get my burger. She almost done?
Yeah, she you know how she be complaining.
Okay. You got to love yourself, guys. Make those decisions now. Because if you go into the next year with them same people, the same choices, the same attitudes, you're gonna ruin your life, man. You got to take life a little more serious. Like, seriously. You know, if you love yourself enough, guys, make the right choices. If that job is really breaking you down, it's time to go. But don't go until you have a plan. You know what I mean? Don't go until you have a plan. You got to have a plan. You got to save up a few dollars. Don't jump ship just yet. But if it's really, really toxic and it's pushing you over the edge, then you got to go. You just got to just jump ship and just say, look, I'm done. Because it don't make no sense you stressing yourself out. You know? because stress is the #1 killer. And that is what we need to avoid. It's the stress. That stress, man, is a silent killer. It's one of them things that creep up on you out of the blue where you're not expecting it. And all of a sudden now you start crashing out, or you pass out, or something, man. You just lose your mind because you had enough. You know, you might be a bus driver and you dealing with a lot of stress. Sometimes you got to just take off, man. You know? So, hey, if you like this video, let me know and I'll do more videos like this. I'm going to come back with another one. It is what it is. I'm out with the family right now, taking care of some business, getting some burgers at the burger spot. And that's about it, man. Y'all take care. Have a blessed day. And again, stay at peace. You go to your job, you come home, you relax, take time to just kind of reflect and unwind. Learn how to unwind. Learn how to have that time for yourself where you just kind of unwind and chill out. And I may not be saying all the right words, but it's like you're able to detach yourself from the world and all the BS. And it's like you just can relieve the stress and leave that behind. But it's going to take you loving yourself. If you don't love yourself, man, you'll just tolerate a lot of BS and destroy yourself, you know? So understand, everybody else in the world may not show you the love you expect. So it's up to you to show yourself that love. Even if you think other people are supposed to do all this extra stuff for you, look at it as if though nobody's going to do nothing for you. So if I don't do this myself, I'm not going to make it. So make that decision. Love yourself first and foremost. And by you doing that, you'll attract that same energy to you. Because if you don't love yourself, nobody going to love you. If you don't take care of yourself, who going to take care of you? If you don't respect yourself, who going to respect you? You see what I mean? So it starts with you. You have to look at the man in the mirror, like Michael Jackson said. The man in the mirror. This is what you're supposed to do. Look in the mirror and look at yourself and tell yourself that you love yourself, because nobody gonna be doing that for you all the time. Nobody gonna pamper you through life. The older you get, fam, and you have family and responsibilities and various other things. Some of you brothers already know what I'm talking about. Some of you sisters, you already seasoned in the game. You already know what I'm talking about. The older you get and the more responsibilities you have and the things you see in life, you start realizing how important life is in making sure that you got love for yourself first and foremost. And then once you have that, now you're able to help people. But if you don't love yourself, you can't function. You're going to be dysfunctional. And you're going to show nothing but hate and evil. So I'm going to leave y'all with that, man. Again, like, comment, and subscribe. And that's about it, fam. I'm out of here. Y'all take care. Peace.